Hello and welcome to Shoot the Hostage with me, Dan, and my partner, Sarah. We're a movie podcast who talks about a different film each week based on a theme. We do swear and we do spoil the featured movie, so only ever listen if you've seen the film or you don't care too much about spoilers. If you're a regular listener, you can just skip forward until you hear the intro music because you've heard all of this before. But if you are new to the show and you do enjoy what you hear, there are a couple of things you can do to help support the show. Firstly, make sure that you're subscribed on your podcast player so you get notified when new shows drop on Mondays. You could rate us 5 stars on Spotify, which couldn't be easier. You just hit the star icon below the show's artwork. Or if you have a spare few minutes, we'd love it if you could submit a review wherever you listen. Make sure you come follow us at STH_pod on social media. We are active on Instagram, Threads and TikTok. And lastly, the biggest thing you can do to help is tell a friend about the show. So that's about it. That's enough preamble from me. Over to me and Sarah for this week's episode. I really wanted to sing the Mortal Kombat theme as the intro to the show. I'm going to spare you. I will be playing it a lot more in the future because it's just watching this film has reminded me that it exists. So I'll be blaring that out of the Bluetooth speaker.
Do you have to?
Yes, I do. I'll apologise if you like. I'll apologise for making you watch this film. I'm assuming you wasn't much of a fan. We'll get into it. But you have seen it before, this one. It's not like last week, Need for Speed, first time watch.
Well, I thought I hadn't seen Mortal Kombat, but it turns out a lot of it was very familiar.
Yeah.
So I think much like Warcraft, I had actually seen it.
Okay. So a running theme in video game movies.
What? That they're so forgettable. Yeah. I literally cannot remember having seen them. That does seem to be a running theme, yeah.
It does, yeah. Something that's not a running theme is bookending seasons with Paul W.S. Anderson movies. That's never happened before.
No, and you didn't even plan for it.
No, I know. Started with Resident Evil, or Resi Evil, as I call it.
Oh.
And finishing with what we had to talk Mortal Kombat. That's what we were here to talk about.
What was I just saying about being forgettable?
Yeah, I've forgotten the movie we're covering. My season, last movie of the season. It's gone so fast, and I bet you are very happy that it's over.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
I said the Lord, so that can be applicable to whichever Lord you defer to.
Star-Lord?
Sure.
But that's Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise it, but
okay.
I wanted to be inclusive.
Well, Lord and Miller?
I don't think that counts.
I can't think of any other Lords. I'm fresh out of Lords, I'll be honest.
I do think it's funny that every time you say Lord and Miller, for a long time, I thought you were talking about a person called Lorden Miller.
Lorden Miller. Yeah.
It took me a while.
Yeah, I forgot that you thought that.
Yeah.
That's very amusing, tickling to me. So you have seen this before then, it turns out.
So.
Do you know when?
Oh, it would have been a long time ago. Probably the 90s.
When it came out?
Roughly?
1995.
I don't know, Dan. I can't remember.
I was pretty excited, I think, for this to come out. I definitely rented it and enjoyed it, and so procured the big box VHS, which I watched many, many times.
I feel like big box VHS tapes were pricey back then, weren't they?
No, I think they were cheap, and that's why I bought them.
Oh.
Ex-rentals.
Maybe I'm just thinking about this one instance when I really wanted a copy of My Own Private Idaho, the Gus Van Sant movie. And so when I was 16 and on holiday in Wales with my parents, we went into a video shop because I wasn't a member there. I just wanted to look at videos. And they had a copy and my dad talked them into selling it to us, but it was like 35 quid.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet if you'd have gone to Woolworths, it was on sale for like a tenner.
No, it wasn't available to buy.
Anywhere,
that was the whole point. That's why we had to talk them into selling it to us.
Oh, okay.
And I still love that movie, but I no longer have the VHS, which makes me very sad often.
I was going to... Didn't you rebuy it on VHS?
No.
Oh, I thought you had it. I thought we had it on the shelf. I used to use big box VHS tapes as a way to hang shelves without putting anything in the walls.
Wait, what?
So
I need more.
so I'd buy shelves and then put the big box VHS ones on the ends, and then put the next shelf up on top of those, and then you can get all of the little VHSs in between the big ones, and you just keep going up.
I see.
So you always had to have like a symmetrical number of an even number of big box VHSs, but it worked fine. I had Mortal Kombat on the bottom row.
Creative.
Yeah, it did present a problem though if you wanted to watch that movie.
I was going to say, how did you ever watch any of the big box ones that were on the ends?
Well, the trick was to always have Mortal Kombat in the machine, in the receiver, and then it never needs to be in the case.
Right. So you watched it a lot then?
Yeah. But I also had Beethoven's Second on VHS, and that stayed in the case.
Yeah, I had Riverdance on VHS once, and that very much stayed in the case.
You don't strike me as a Riverdance kind of person.
No, I'm not. Apparently my nana thought I was, though.
Did your nana think that you were because you said that you enjoyed it?
She bought one for my cousin and said, "Do you think Hannah will like this?" And I said, "I think she'll love it, Nana. Well done." And she took that to mean that I wanted one too.
Ah, okay. My memory, because I was familiar with that story, my memory of it was that you expressed joy over the Riverdance, but as a way to sort of make people happy.
You're thinking of the VHS that she bought me of Joseph in his Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, that she made me watch with her, and I was like, "It's fantastic, Nana." Because she was the person who would buy a VHS as a gift for somebody, but watch it first.
Yeah.
So if you ever got a VHS out of the cellophane, it was probably my nana that bought it.
I got a DVD once from my sister, and she told me before I opened it, she's like, "I've already watched it." Sweet. I don't care about that though. I used to do that exact same thing. I would buy movies for people that I wanted to watch.
That they'd never heard of.
Yeah, but it's like ones that I wanted to watch, but I wasn't like that bothered about. So if you buy it for them, you can watch it and then give it to them as a gift.
Crafty.
And if you love it, just keep it. Oh, sorry, I forgot to get you a gift.
Oh, sorry, I was going to bring you Mortal Kombat on big box VHS, but I accidentally kept it.
So tell me more about Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat then. Is this the Jason Donovan one?
It was the Jason Donovan one, yes.
Is that the one with the song in it that goes, "Ah,
any dream will do"? Yeah. It's still there. Yeah. It's still in the back of this noggin.
I remember it from school. I think it was it a play originally? Is it based on book?
I can never tell when you're joking anymore.
Or is it like The Green Knight? It's based on a sonnet or something.
Well, unlike Mortal Kombat, which is based on Shakespeare, I think.
Yeah.
Or was it Chaucer?
No, I think you're right with Shakespeare.
Right, yeah.
It was Bill's first poem. Did he write poems? Or was he a sonnet guy?
I don't know.
Question. What is a sonnet?
It's a type of prose. Look, I don't know.
I bet I've asked you this before.
Probably. I didn't do very well at English literature at school.
And I was even worse at geography. So I've got no idea. But yeah, so we're here to talk about Mortal Kombat. So maybe we should
One of Shakespeare's most famous tragedies.
Yes, let's talk about Shakespeare's peak of Shakespeare's work, Mortal Kombat, 1995.
Yep, adapted by Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yeah, the king of game adaptations.
Oh, don't let Uwe Boll hear you say that.
Oh,
he'll fight you.
Yeah, he doesn't know where we live, does he?
He'll find out.
No, he can't.
He'll offer you up for a boxing match.
He can't even get a movie funded. How's he going to do that? Listen, I'm sure he's lovely, except he doesn't seem like he's lovely.
He's a prick.
He seems like he's a prick.
He's a professional troll.
Yeah, and he reviews his own movies on Letterboxd.
5 stars.
Yeah, and everything else is garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. But his reviews are very interesting and funny and thoughtful, and makes you think about really challenging projects in a slightly different way. And I like that.
Mortal Kombat was a challenging project, for me at least.
Well, thank you for pulling it back.
I keep trying.
No.
You seem determined to derail this
It's
one.
the last one, and it's my last choice at a movie for 8 weeks. So I'm gonna just destroy it. I'm gonna burn it down. Based on a game.
Yeah, no shit.
Do you know how many Mortal Kombat games there are?
No, and I don't know whether to guess because I was woefully under when I guessed how many Need for Speeds there were.
I think you guessed 16, which is a reasonable guess.
Which was
I think.
almost 10 off.
Yeah, but like mid-20s is a lot, I think.
Yeah,
and
no shit.
Tomb Raider was similar. The 20 odd.
I had no idea.
Games for that as well. It's crazy. I seem to have picked all of the most popular ones, but then I guess it's the most popular games that have movies created. So there are actually 26 to 28 Mortal Kombat games in total.
Why the discrepancy?
What do you mean?
You said 26 to 28. Why is there a discrepancy of 2 there?
Why isn't there an exact number?
There are either 26 or there are either 28.
Oh, here we go. Miss Precise is here. I don't know. That's a fair question. If I had to guess, I would say maybe there's some unofficial ones, or
right.
I don't know. Do people make computer games on their spreadsheets or something?
I don't know.
I don't know. What are emulators? Is that a thing where you like can fake a game?
It's not about faking a game. It's about faking the platform, I think.
Okay.
So you can get like an NES emulator on the PC.
Oh, got ya.
Or something, and that'll allow you then to play the games that were only available on that platform. That's my understanding of it anyway.
Okay.
Like an Amiga or something.
It's the most successful fighting game in history.
Is it really? That that doesn't sit well with me because I have to say, this might not be popular, but I'm a Tekken girl. Always have been.
And also a big fighting game. It is on the top 5. It is in the top 5.
What, Tekken?
Yeah.
Damn right.
It's the 5th.
Is Street Fighter second?
No.
Oh, what's second then?
Super Smash Bros.
Oh, yeah. It's always a Mario thing, isn't it? This is what tripped me up last week.
Is it? I thought it was based on those singers from the 80s.
Bros?
Yeah, I thought they had a computer game.
You thought Super Smash Brothers was about Luke Goss
and Matt
Goss. I do frequently forget about Matt Goss.
Everyone focuses on Luke these days, and I feel bad for Matt.
Do you? I'm sure he's fine.
I hope that he is.
So what's the others on the list?
Third is Street Fighter, which I thought would have been first, to be honest with you.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess I would have guessed that probably if I'd thought about it before the second.
That came before Mortal Kombat, so I assumed it had been around longer, sold more copies, etc. Number 4 is Dragon Ball.
Is that a Dragon Ball Z
fighting
thing?
games? I imagine it is.
Okay. I think maybe I was a little bit too old when they appeared. And 5 is Tekken.
And 5 is Tekken.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish the list.
Well, I started with the 5th. It's your beloved.
Okay.
Did you ever play any of the Mortal Kombat games?
Never, not once. But I think I was around friends when they were playing.
I had Mortal Kombat 3 on a PS1.
Okay.
Which is the only Mortal Kombat game I played extensively. I think back then I had about 4 games. So yeah, those 4 games got a lot of action. But
so 4 through 26 or 28 passed you by.
Yes. I'm fairly certain there was one on PlayStation a couple of years ago maybe that perhaps I downloaded and played for about 38 seconds.
Good, huh?
I think my problem is modern games are so in-depth and not complicated, but detailed. Like they're often fairly straightforward, modern games. You follow the instructions, touch this button when it tells you to. But I just like that there's sort of more to do, I suppose. But with fighting games, you smash a load of buttons and maybe you hit over your opponent, and that's not very interesting to me to do that extensively.
Well, it's not fun to play on your own. It's more of a group activity, isn't it?
Well, true, but I don't like group activity.
You don't like people, so.
No. Therein lies the problem.
Yeah.
I used to like going down to the arcades and just smashing the plastic red buttons and moving the stick left and right, and it costed me £1 to do that.
Hitting hope.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely, yeah. I think most modern games are way too complicated and it's to their detriment. I think mobile games are too complicated. Literally, I've got games on my phone and I have to tap about 12 times and get rid of shitloads of pop-ups just to be able to do the thing that I've gone into the app to do. And then they're trying to encourage me to play side games and other I just want to play bingo.
Yeah.
I just want to daub numbers.
And then you
Dab.
You got to pay 25 quid to put a beard on your avatar or something.
Yeah, I don't want that. So, yeah, I think perhaps if I'd played Mortal Kombat, I probably would have loved it.
Maybe you would.
Simpler times. Maybe I'll get into it now, retroactively.
There's always time. That's what I like to say.
Did you come up with that yourself?
I coined it today.
Wow.
I'm going to trademark it.
That, yeah.
Patent it, yeah.
I think, no, you were right with trademark.
So, 1992, Mortal Kombat 1, introduced by Midway Games. Okay. They sort of saw a gap in the market. You had Street Fighter and you had really early fighting games in the early 80s. But they saw that there wasn't much like super violent fighting games, so that was their angle. Let's make this really violent, really bloody, really crazy, and that's kind of what they went with.
So, because my next question would have been like, what does Mortal Kombat do that Street Fighter doesn't? So it's just the gore. I've
played Street Fighter even less than I've played Mortal Kombat, but I think so. Mortal Kombat is well known for the finishing moves, the fatalities, ripping people's spines out and such.
Good grief.
Yeah. So the developers, they went to the studio with this idea originally, and the studio were like, no, I don't think so, but I like the idea of a fighting game. Why don't we put Jean-Claude Van Damme in a fighting game? Naturally.
Okay, yeah. When you say put him in a game, you mean like Tron?
So he gets sucked off into the grid with Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Jeff Bridges and Jean-Claude Van Damme in a movie. Yeah. They're brothers? Are they brothers?
No. Don't be silly.
Jean-Claude Van Bridges.
No.
But yeah, obviously Van Damme didn't accept when, because this idea was sort of around before, I think it was actually around before Street Fighter came out, but Street Fighter came out before Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
So Street Fighter comes out, the studio are like, oh shit, let's go back to that fighting game idea. We can't get Jean-Claude, unfortunately. Did
they just want to use his likeness then?
I guess so.
And like use him to promote it, I guess?
I guess so. Because one of the interesting things about the original games is that they used photorealistic images of actors doing fight moves and stuff. So they would photograph them doing like a kick, a bicycle kick, for example, that would never work in a movie, and they would never put it in.
That gravity-defying ridiculousness.
Yeah, just have actors doing that, and then they suck those images off and put them into computer land.
I'm really going to need you to stop using that phrase.
Did you notice any, while you were watching this film, did it remind you of any other films, or were there any other influences that you thought that you noticed?
I mean, the obvious one is Enter the Dragon, right?
Yeah. I think the franchise itself and the movie are both inspired by a lot of martial arts movies, and particularly, I think it's well documented that at least some of the character designs, in part Big Trouble in Little China, which of course, is based on a lot of Eastern mysticism and legend and that sort of thing. So
that explains Raiden's hat.
It does explain Raiden's hat. Yeah, God of Thunder, Raiden. So the game comes out in 1992, huge success. Comes out in the arcade and is quickly ported over to home console systems. I think at that point we're talking SNES, Sega Saturn, I think, and Game Boys and Game Gears.
You could play it on the Game Boy.
Did you have a Game Boy?
I had one of the little ones.
Mini Game Boy?
Yeah.
Was it exactly the same but smaller?
I think so. I think it was technically a bit shitter because they made it smaller, but I don't think the technology had come on enough for it to be quite as good as the full-size version. But mine was pink, and that's all I cared about.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I had a Game Boy years after they came out. I swapped a leather jacket for it, and I got that and Tetris and I think that's all I played on it.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
I also had a Dymo label maker. So I used to do those little letter punched plastic labels and type out quotes from Empire Records and stick those to my Game Boy as well.
Predictable. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That tracks.
So if anybody finds a Game Boy Mini that's pink and has Damn the Man Save the Empire on the back of it, please return it to me post haste.
What if someone finds it?
That would make me the happiest woman alive.
Would it?
Briefly. And then I'd get over it and move on.
So there are 3 live-action Mortal Kombat movies. We're obviously only talking about the first one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sequel to this called Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which came out 2 years later in 97.
I didn't know about.
And it's probably best kept that way.
Yeah, I did read some stuff. I also read that Paul W.S. Anderson obviously passed on that to make Event Horizon. Wise move. And he had some regret because he hated the second one.
Yeah. It's if you can imagine, it's somehow worse than the 95 one. Listen, it's probably a similar theme to last week. I don't think this movie is great, but I do really like it and it's fun. It's interesting because I read an article today where Anderson was saying, you know, they wanted to do a sequel. I went off to do Event Horizon. I just wanted to do new things and try new things. But then he spends 18 years making Resident Evil movies.
Well, that's it. Because of his regret at not taking on Mortal Kombat 2, he decided to be way more heavily involved in the Resident Evil franchise so he could like shepherd it along.
Oh, okay.
Keep a finger in.
Nope.
Don't go there. It's too easy. It's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that he stayed on board with the Resident Evil franchise to, you know, quality control that franchise and make sure that steered in the right direction, and all of those movies are perfect.
Me too.
And incredible.
I'm also really grateful because then he's not off making other crap movies. At least his time's tied up. Could be worse.
And we've also got a third movie. We've got the 2021 Mortal Kombat, which was all right, I think.
Do you know what? It has, I think, an identical score on Letterboxd, which shocked me because I really enjoyed the 2021 Mortal Kombat. I know it's not a good movie, but it made me laugh. And I was entertained for the runtime. And that's kind of all I can expect from this sort of movie.
That's what I get from this one.
Look, I can see why. And I think perhaps if I'd been into the games or if I'd seen it back in the day and remembered that I'd seen it, maybe I would have that nostalgia attachment. But I think just watching it now as a 43-year-old, oh God, ain't nobody got time for that.
So getting it out of the way then, your favourite Mortal Kombat movie that you've seen so far is the 2021 one.
Yeah,
I'm not judging you. I'm just let's have all of our cards
like you're
on
judging me.
let's all sit round and hold hands, and we'll confess about which Mortal Kombat movie is our favourite, and we'll just get it all off our chest. Cards on the table. We'll communicate these ideas, because if you don't communicate, that's when problems happen. That's when things go wrong. You know. So we've got to talk about it. We've got to talk it through. And if you're being honest with me about it, that you prefer the 2021 Mortal Kombat one, I'll go, yeah, that's fine.
I wish there was a visual element to this podcast sometimes because nobody knows that I've been trying to stare a hole through you for the last 60 seconds.
Yeah, I think they could hear the back of my head.
They could sense it.
Burning. They could hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, look, you know me. I don't like the term guilty pleasure, so I have no shame in admitting that I like bad movies. But yeah, I guess I prefer that one.
I thought it was good. I think objectively it's a better movie than this one. I do. And I was really excited about the sequel that's still coming out, but it was meant to be coming out this year, which is part of the reason why Mortal Kombat was in this lineup. But that's been pushed to next year now. And it's got Cole Urban as Johnny Cage, which I thought was curious casting, but seeing the trailers, yeah, okay. It's not serious, is it? It's just going to be a big old joke.
Yeah, I think...
It's not my Johnny Cage.
I think one of the reasons I prefer the 2021 version is the violence. I think It's weird. Having never played the games, it feels weird to say this, but I did read that the games, you've already mentioned, like they brought like the hyper violence to the fighting game market. And the 95 movie just didn't really do that justice.
No.
I know that they wanted to make an R-rated movie, but as with everything, the studio, which in this instance I believe is New Line, said,
right. Yeah,
nope, we want it to be PG-13.
Yes, yeah, you're exactly right. I think it was to obviously try and make some more money, which we see all the time. And particularly in these video game adaptations, I think it's a big problem. I think we had exactly the same issue in Borderlands, didn't we? A game franchise which you really like. And you say that a lot of its identity was the violence.
Yeah.
And same is true of Mortal Kombat. And both film adaptations, they watered it down and made it friendly for kids. I don't think the Mortal Kombat suffers as much as Borderlands does. Because
but I mean, Borderlands was also shit.
Yes.
It wasn't just that was
true.
Kind of hamstringing it.
Yeah, I think Borderlands was just devoid of anything that was fun.
Yeah.
Or interesting. And I think...
Or good.
And Mortal Kombat is fucking stupid. But
I can see why people would get something out of this one.
Yeah, there are parts of it and there are elements of it in isolation that you take on their own and go, that's quite good, or that was an interesting idea, or that works, or I liked what they were trying to do. And I think it was about a 20 million budget and grossed 120 odd million, so really successful.
Yeah.
It was, I think, welcome for Paul W.S. Anderson. He worked on Shopping the year before.
That it's still is wild to me that he did that. I always forget.
Well, he's a northern lad.
Is he really?
Yeah, well, yeah, I know that he used to travel to London from the north, so maybe he was not born in the north, but he at least has been there for some time, and you heard it here first on Shoot Hostage.
Well, some people in the UK incorrectly believe that everything above London is the north, so that doesn't really narrow it down.
Some people think that, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was his second feature, Mortal Kombat. So 94, he's struggling to get his first movie made. Gets it made, 5 million quid. Probably not one of the greatest movies ever made, but for 5 million quid, it's really impressive.
Probably no.
And I like it. I like that film. But someone from New Line saw Shopping and was like, yeah, that's the guy. Let's get him for Mortal Kombat.
I do find it ironic that a studio that built its kind of presence off the back of A Nightmare on Elm Street said no to the violence and yes to a PG-13.
Yeah, it is. I'd never thought of it that way, but that is interesting when you consider that everything that they ever had was because teenagers got stabbed in the face.
Yeah, that's what put them on the map.
And now they're like, don't stab any teenagers in the face. It's counterproductive.
I do wonder if this keeps happening because I feel like, I'm trying to think back to when we were kids. I feel like it was easier to get hold of like a really violent video game than it was to get hold of really violent 18 certificate movies.
I think you're right. When I was young and playing, particularly the PlayStation, age ratings weren't a thing until I got PlayStation, I think.
They didn't have that PEGI system
back
when we were kids.
I've got a feeling that maybe Mortal Kombat might be, at least in part, responsible for that.
Right, okay.
Which would make sense. We'll have to fact check that afterwards. Do your own research. I say this all the time.
We can't afford an editor.
I'm the editor.
We need a researcher.
We do need a researcher. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And a producer while we're at it.
Yeah. Please take a look at our Patreon.
Nice plug.
Yeah, so I wonder if the thinking behind that was because kids found it quite easy to get hold of the game, Mortal Kombat, so they were like, it's going to be a bunch of like whippersnappers that want to see the movie, and if we make it an R rating, then they won't be able to. That and greed as well, obviously.
All of the above. It's, I think Mortal Kombat, the game, probably benefited from that violent discussion as well, or violent discussion. That sounds like there were really violent protests or something. That's not what it was. But it's people going on telly going, these bad things are happening because of movies or because of games. And I think Mortal Kombat sort of got tied up in that a little bit, but took full advantage of it. Like exploited that. It was like, yeah, it's a violent game, and that's why it sold so much. That's why it was so interesting.
Who knew that would be a selling
Yeah,
point?
yeah. But then for the adaptation of the film to go, no, I'll wait. Freddy made us loads of money. Mortal Kombat is a violent game. Let's not make this violent. Is a curious choice. I don't know. Would it have made more if it had gone full R? Probably not. Even if it was a much better movie.
I was going to say it's still shit, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it would just be shit and violent then.
Yeah. So in August 94, begins shooting, about 4 or 5 months of shooting. Some scenes were in Thailand. It looked like Thailand to me when we were watching it, but yeah, what apparently was the case. And some locations quite difficult to get to. We've got to get on boats and such.
Yeah, I did read that.
Yeah, we've got to build a little shack on the island so we don't have to bring our gear to and from the island every day.
Not quite as extreme as like a Waterworld scenario, but...
No. So the story is very simple, Sarah.
It is.
It's very simple. But despite that, in the first 8 minutes, I think you nudged me in the shoulder and went, what the fuck's going on?
It was such a messy introduction. It was so messy. There was a lot of... It kept flitting about and I'm like, am I supposed to know who any of these people are? That guy's an actor. He's clearly a dick. That guy just woke up from a dream? ? And then gets some sort of telegram that just says, brother dead, return home, which is so insensitive. Yeah. Like, do you have to pay by the letter? Did you have to be as succinct as possible?
There's no empathy in that note, is there?
Brother dead, return home. I mean, you'd think as an autistic person I would enjoy the bluntness of it.
Yeah, you would think so, yeah.
But I'm not. I wasn't a fan, no.
No, you'd have so many questions though. Well, how? How did that happen?
Yeah.
Is there a funeral? Have I missed a funeral? When is it?
Do I get an inheritance?
Yeah. Is there any money? Are we talking any money here? Am I getting anything? What's in his loft?
Yeah.
Is it Stan Winston's kangaroo penis? Because I'll have a bit of that.
Yeah. Can I have his latex movie prop collection, please?
See Tank Girl episode for further explanation.
I think it's funnier without context, personally.
But it's a simple movie. You get introduced to these characters at the beginning. There's Sonya Blade, and she's doing a gun time with the man that is Jax, but we're not going to use him in this movie for some reason. And then you get introduced to Johnny Cage, who you said is the actor, and then you get introduced to Liu Kang, who's been having a nap.
And has the most luxuriously bouncy hair that I've ever seen on a human. I was mesmerised.
They had an entire boat just for like hair volume powder for him.
Yeah, just cans of mousse.
Yeah.
Loved it.
And hairspray. So I think, the intro to the characters probably is a bit messy because they go from character to character. But they do sort of say over and over again, like there's some sort of tournament, we got to get there. And I think I sort of said to you, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not, yes, it's messy and it's like stupid. And you're like, what's going on? Who are they? Why are they doing this? But ultimately, they've just got to get to the island and do some fighting.
But I think that's the problem, though, is when you watch movies for the podcast, you have to watch them with a more critical eye. So I was definitely overthinking it.
Yeah.
And the grave error that I'd made was to not disengage my brain before this movie started.
Yes, the fatal Mortal Kombat 1995 era.
Yes.
Many have fallen.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
Yeah. Switch your brain off and expect very little.
I think that's true of all Paul W.S. Anderson movies.
Yeah, Event Horizon aside.
Look,
Beloved.
I love Event Horizon. I'm forever an Event Horizon apologist. I do think that's... It's not a great movie, but I do think it's a good movie. But
I agree.
I have to think, like, it's to do with the caliber of actor. I was thinking about this the other night when we were watching Mortal Kombat. And I did think, like, what to me makes Event Horizon stand apart from the rest of his catalogue? Like, I don't know. It was kind of exacerbated by the fact that we watched Resident Evil 2 last night, which obviously he didn't direct.
No, but his name's still...
But he was involved in it to some degree.
Rubber stamps it.
Yeah. And I just... I know. But I have to think that part of it is the caliber of actors. Because if you make a movie with... I couldn't name anybody in this movie besides Christopher Lambert.
What? You never heard of Lyndon Ashby?
No.
What about Robin Shou?
No.
But he's also in Death Race.
No.
You love Death Race?
No, I don't.
Bridget Wilson Sampras?
No.
Okay.
Whereas if you've got, you know, a Sam Neill or a Larry Fishburne, things are going to work out a bit differently, aren't they?
And Chuck a Jack Noseworthy in there, then you're just pushing it over the edge to all-time movie, aren't
Don't undermine me.
I agree. Listen, don't forget about Jason Isaacs.
I'm not forgetting.
Hang on, is he in that or is it Pertwee? Or is it both?
It might be both.
Oh, because when I was a kid, I always used to get them mixed up.
Did you? I used to get Sean Bean and Sean Pertwee muddled up. Yeah.
I used to get Sean Bean and Mr. Bean mixed up.
Did you?
Yeah.
Dog Soldiers was confusing for me.
Why?
Because Sean Pertwee.
Oh, yeah.
I just used to get confused.
I thought you was going to say you got Small Soldiers and Dog Soldiers mixed up.
Never.
Did you?
Both good, but I prefer Small Soldiers, believe it or not.
You only wrote a paper for one of those movies.
And it wasn't Dog Soldiers.
No. It's weird, isn't it? Because a movie that is so simple in structure as this, or should be, like how did they get it so wrong? Because it's just get a load of people to an island, get them fighting, that's it. Nail your character introductions, because that's really the only bit of character stuff we're going to get. So the first 3 scenes, I hear what you're saying. Liu Kang wakes up from a dream. And that's like a tired
that was
thing
confusing.
Anyway.
I didn't care for that.
And also confusing, yeah, because you're not sure about what's a dream, what's real. And
Yeah.
then especially when characters apparently come back from the dead later or don't. They've just had their souls sucked off into Shang Tsung.
Stop saying that.
Then, yeah, it does make it quite confusing. I thought once they get to the boat, I think the movie really starts.
Yeah.
I watched this a lot when I was a kid, and I think I almost always used to skip the first 10 minutes of this and just wait until they get to the boat bit where Liu Kang chucks Johnny Cage's luggage into the ocean. And it's glorious.
Is Johnny Cage a racist?
I don't know.
In that he assumes any Asian people are service workers.
I guess the implication is, well, he's at least a dickhead, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, so massive dickhead.
Minimum dickhead. At worst, slightly racist.
Yeah.
Can you be slightly racist? Or you just...
I think you're just racist.
That's what I thought.
I think it is... Oh, I hate myself. I think it is black and white in this instance. I hate myself. But you get my point.
You can be racist or not a racist. But like when someone says...
There are varying degrees, but you're either racist or you're not racist.
Because like if I saw someone and they were doing some really like bad shit, I'd be like, that's a big racist. And what I mean by that is that they're being really like mean, and I'm not like trying to downplay this. Genuinely, like, so if someone is really mean, they're still racist. They're not more racist, but they're just doing worse things.
Yeah, like you can be a reform voter, for example.
But they're not racist. They say that they're not racist, Sarah.
Not all reform voters are racists, but all racists are reform voters. I'll die on that hill. But yeah, you can vote for reform because they've brainwashed you with their talk about small boats, and that's you're a racist. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you're still a racist. Or you could own white hoods and go to meetings and burn crosses. That's pretty bad. Yeah. Still a racist, pretty bad, but way worse. Yeah. So there is a sliding scale, but I do think it's kind of there's less nuance.
You're right. I'm glad that we covered that in this show.
Yeah, I mean, where else? Where better to talk about the big issues than when we're discussing Mortal Kombat?
Agreed. And we've solved it now. So like,
we've solved it. What, racism?
Yeah.
I don't think we can. I don't think we have. No.
No one ever needs to talk about it ever again. Doesn't exist. That's what they say, isn't it? Doesn't exist anymore. Anyway,
what do you think of the acting?
Well, I was gonna mention the cast actually.
Oh,
so I'm glad that you went there. I would like to start with Christopher Lambert, who we haven't mentioned yet. So, what was he doing here?
I don't know. Are you asking me?
Yeah, that was the question. You're the only one here.
I don't know.
Why do you think he was here?
Money.
But like, was he a draw then? Are we, because we're talking like a decade after Highlander, which I don't even know if that was a success, but people love it and it's kind of a cult movie.
Honestly, I don't know. When was Fortress?
It's around about this time, maybe 94, I would say.
Do you think Fortress is a better movie?
Yeah,
Objectively?
I do, yeah.
Because I think that's still kind of bad. I love it.
It's
but
a B movie. I think it's good, though. I do think it's good. A good B movie.
Yeah. I mean, Stuart Gordon.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he was a draw. I do know apparently he was a massive gamer, though.
Was he?
So maybe that helped him sign on the dotted line.
I know that he was quite keen. I think that the studios were concerned because they couldn't afford, it was quite low budget, you can't afford a big name actor like Christopher Lambert for very long, but he decided that he would extend his stay and shoot more scenes and stuff free of charge, which was cool because apparently, yeah, he was quite excited about the project and read the scripts and loved it somehow. But if you say that he was a gamer as well, he probably played the games.
Maybe he was a bit of a gourmand as well, and the catering was just chef kiss.
Maybe
Thai food is really good, to be fair.
True. That's true. Yeah. I had a feeling that that character was whitewashed. I always thought the Raiden character was Japanese in origin, but that's not the case.
Oh, okay.
Apparently the character originally was based on the design of Japanese god of thunder, Raiden, I believe it's called.
Okay.
Raiden, actually. Correction.
Raichu from Pokemon's suddenly making a lot more sense.
Oh, okay. Does he have a big hat?
No, but he's got like lightning out of his bum. Carry on.
That's what it's from then. It's inspired by Mortal Kombat. But yeah, apparently he's never been Japanese or wasn't created.
Christopher Lambert's never been Japanese.
No, he's never been Japanese, and you heard it here first. But no, apparently, but I don't know. I always thought that was a character that they just put a white person in that role for no reason. I was wrong.
Yeah, I'm glad they did make a white man that character, and I'm also glad that they didn't whitewash the character. I'm glad that it was a white man because I think if it had been an East Asian, it would have lent a bit too heavily into those like mystical stereotypes, and that might have been a bit xenophobic.
Maybe. Yeah.
A character they did whitewash, kinda, was Kano.
Well, okay, I didn't know this.
Apparently Kano was originally Japanese American. So funny story. The actor Trevor Goddard, born in Croydon, very much spoke with a bit of a Cockney accent in this movie.
I thought he was Australian.
No. But you're not alone there, because the makers of the game saw the movie, thought that was an Australian accent. So then going forward, they changed the lore of the character of Kano, and he became an Australian character.
Oh, I see.
And Trevor Goddard lent into that so hard, he would describe himself as an Australian actor. And when I Googled him, it said date of death, 2003, accidental drug overdose, RIP. But one of the top results was a news item from an Australian newspaper saying Australian actor Trevor Goddard.
Oh, no.
So like that was a really common misconception, and that was maintained until his death.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
I was fascinated when I read that.
That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know that. I think he was definitely Australian in the 2021 reboot.
He was. That's why I looked into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, very much British in this movie.
We should have known Kano's a Australian name. Traditional Australian name, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. Like Carl.
Carl, isn't it? A traditional Australian name.
Yeah.
Do the Aborigines know about this?
Well, let's not go down. We're not going to solve that as well, Sarah. It's one episode at a time. We can solve that next episode.
We're a movie podcast. Yeah. We're not the UN.
Apparently, the filmmakers were gunning for Sean Connery in that Raiden role.
Yeah, I heard that as well. But Sean Connery turned it down because he said he would rather go golfing.
Okay.
Which, each to their own.
I can't agree.
With golfing? No, it's terrible.
No, I fucking hate golf. I hate it. I think that I'm happy that Sean Connery's not in this movie. I think it would be... I can't see him having the fun that Christopher Lambert seemed to have had. Whatever
I
you
mean, he
think of the
must have been having
performance.
fun if he stayed for free.
Yeah. And I think some of his line deliveries is quite fun as well. Like he's having fun with the script, as are a lot of the actors. And a lot of the script was ad-libbed. Like you sort of...
It shows.
It does show, and sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad, I think. But I can't see Sean Connery in this role. Obviously, Sean Connery famously turned down the Morpheus role in The Matrix. I think he turned down what's the magician in Lord of the Rings called? Gandalf. I think he turned that down as well.
Okay.
But that obviously works out for the best in the end, I think, for everybody concerned.
Sure.
Including Christopher Lee's wallet. What did you think of the performance of Goro, the four-armed horseman?
I was very confused by Goro. I didn't like. He was.
What was it?
What is Goro? Is that what you're asking?
It's a four-arm. Are you asking me now?
I don't know. I was so like, he doesn't have a torso. He's got a forso. I'm so interested. Like, does he have to have?
Has he got?
Now you're asking me questions that I'd never even thought about.
Do you reckon he's got foreskin?
Oh my God.
How much Kleenex does he go through?
You made me speechless. It happened. It's happened after 5 years.
It was it's kind of a fun design, right? Did it take you out of the movie when Goro appeared, or were you like, oh, this is interesting?
No. You think that was my limit? That was my line, was Goro?
Well, I don't know. It's a fair question, isn't it? It's quite an impressive piece of animatronic design. It cost £1 million, and between 13 and 16 people had to operate it.
You're joking?
No, it cost 5% of the entire budget of the movie. It's crazy.
Wow, and it still looked shit.
I mean, you can tell it's animatronics and it's a puppet, but I take that over the CGI reptile stuff in the movie any day.
Yeah, his face weirded me out a little bit because he sort of looked like, I don't know. Look, Goro to me, you may disagree.
It's not your Goro.
Look, hashtag not my Goro. He looked like the old guy from Poltergeist 2.
Carol Ann
met Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. They somehow defied biology by having a baby together. Yeah. Then that baby did a bunch of steroids, and they decided to top it off with a Mongol horde hairdo. And he looked like he was animated by Ray Harryhausen.
Well, interesting you mentioned that, because was inspired by that originally.
Yeah, I can believe that.
You can see that.
Mm-hmm.
The Goro creature was created by Amalgamated Designs. I don't know if you're familiar.
So it's not from the game?
Yes, the character was created in the game.
Oh, right.
Based on Ray Harryhausen stuff, but then they had to create the animatronic for the movie.
Oh, I see.
And that was designed by Amalgamated Designs, who have appeared before in the show.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, they did some creature stuff for Mars Attacks and for Starship Troopers.
Oh, cool.
So as far as I know, this is their third appearance on the show, and they'll be thrilled, I'm sure.
Did they do the brain bug?
I don't know which bug specifically they
the brain bug. I love him.
It's horrible.
I love him.
It's horrible and juicy and slimy and horrible.
I think that makes you the bad guy. Yeah. If I understood that film correctly.
I'm the only one in leather boots in that scenario, aren't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
And blonde hair and blue eyes. It's not a good look.
No. I can't help that though, can I? What about, I suppose if you're going to make a Mortal Kombat movie, the most important thing that you need to do is nail the action, right?
Yeah.
It's all about the fight sequences and the action. The whole story is based on a fighting tournament. So it goes without saying that that's got to be pretty decent at minimum.
Yeah.
What did you think of the fighting in this?
Honestly, the fighting in this was basically the highlight to me. I did enjoy quite a lot of the fight choreo. And I think we have test audiences to thank for that, because I did read that it was screened and early audiences kind of said, yeah, we like what we're seeing, but there's nowhere near enough fighting. So they went back and they shoved a bunch more fighting in it.
And they made the whole film fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
Good.
honestly, I think there should have been more fighting.
Yeah.
Like, even more. But I did enjoy quite a lot of that.
Did any of the sequences stand out to you in particular?
I preferred some of the earlier ones, if I'm being honest.
Like the
That
low-key stuff before it
that
went
felt a
to
bit more
magic
grounded.
and
Yes. And because that also leans heavily into another one of my dislikes about this movie, and that's that nobody responds appropriately, and nobody gives a shit about the fact that there's magic. They're just like, oh yeah, magic. Nobody reacts. It's so weird.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I mean, they're just all over the place. There's a magic boat. Let's get on that. Is the boat flying now? Like, don't worry about it. We'll just get to the island. Now you got to do this tournament, otherwise the world's going to end. Okay, fine. There's a horseman with 4 arms. All right, that's weird, but let's go down this weird passageway and see if we can find some more monsters and get some magic thrown at us or whatever. People aren't really surprised by that.
No.
But it's not a huge issue. I mean, the fight sequences in this, I think, are good enough to sort of carry me through the end, and especially on a rewatch as well. Like, because I've seen this movie so many times, I'm like, yeah, this part's rubbish, but I know that they're going to get to the island and there's going to be the first fight on the beach, and we're going to get to see Sonya Blade break the neck of Australian man Kano.
Definitely not Australian, but sure.
Yeah. So you preferred the earlier fight scenes. I really liked the Johnny Cage one when they're in the forest for some reason. And
why are they in a forest all of a sudden?
Because magic.
Yeah, that one was kind of fun.
Yeah, and then they go to hell.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and there's like skeletons everywhere and fire, and Scorpion turns into a skeleton and then he gets cut and he bleeds and explodes, and this movie's insane.
It really is nuts.
This movie's a bit like what it's like to live in my brain.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't want to be there then, especially not if Reptile's there, because oh my God, disgusting. Yeah. Reptile was disgusting.
Well, the CGI wasn't very good. It was very early, 95.
Was arse.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
It made me think of the xenomorph from Alien 3.
Yeah.
Just shimmying around on the roof, looking like a PS1 graphic.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I thought we could have done without that, really. But I did like I really liked the fight scene at the end between Liu Kang and Shang Tsung as well. I thought that was quite cool, and that's when we got the music, the Mortal Kombat music, and where he does his bicycle kick for about 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's the bicycle quick kick equivalent of that drive down the runway in whichever Fast and the Furious movie it was.
It's number 6.
6.
Yeah.
Should have known.
There's a 100-mile runway. Yeah. It's funny because I was thinking exactly the same thing. It's a bit like the runway in Fast and Furious 6.
We spend too much time together.
Way too much time together. But I thought the fights were pretty decent. I mean, apparently, we're like inspired heavily by early by Hong Kong action movies. Were one of the first, if not the first, major Hollywood production to use wirework.
Really?
I was very surprised by that, and I haven't dug in to see if that's true.
You mean he wasn't really doing that?
No. No.
Oh, how disappointing.
Yeah, they had him on a wire and then they rubbed it out in editing.
Magic of the movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the problem was that I think Anderson had only shot one movie. Shopping is an action movie, but it's cars and helicopters, chases and that sort of thing. It's not your hand-to-hand combats really so much.
Robins.
It's robberies.
Yeah.
Yeah, big robins.
They nick stuff.
Yeah, they do. They do a big stealing off licenses and things and steal like a crate of hooch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 95.
Isn't hooch back?
I don't know, is it?
Yeah, everything from the 90s is back now.
Oh no, that means bucket hats are going to come back.
You own a bucket hat?
Before a Hunter S. Thompson costume.
So you say.
But Paul W.S. Anderson, my point being that he directed one movie, he comes into Mortal Kombat, this film that needs to nail the fighting. It's an adaptation of a fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
Bit out of his depth, perhaps, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
He did hire a stunt coordinator, Patty Johnson, who worked on Enter the Dragon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And The Karate Kid.
Huh.
And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Fascinating.
Yeah. And I think Robin Shou, who played Liu Kang as well, obviously proficient martial artist himself, but I think offered at least advice. I'm not sure if he was credited as part of the stunt team as well, but he definitely shared opinions. Because apparently Anderson, when they got there, he said, right, what we're going to do is we're going to shoot the entire fight scene, and then we're going to come back for like shooting segments of it and cutaways. And apparently Robin was like, look, Paul, we can't do that because if we shoot an entire sequence, I'm going to be knackered at the end of that. And we're not going to be able to do the pickups that you need and the insert shots. So he's like, oh, okay. And he changed the way that he did it. So he didn't really know what he's doing, but he did learn, I think, from other people and obviously perfected those skills with the supreme action sequences we get in the Resident Evil franchise going forward. But I think he was just, honestly, I think he was quite lucky maybe with some of the team that he got. But I don't know, maybe he handpicked them and made really good decisions during the hiring process. But I think there was some talented people that worked on it and managed to make the most out of the limited budget and the other restrictions there were on this film. But I think for the most part, a lot of the fighting sequences are quite good.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I'm not even reluctant to say that. Like, I don't like this film, but I thought the action was decent. It kept me interested anyway. But I do think that if I were to choose a film to put on because I was in the mood to watch some well choreographed fighting, there's 1,000 martial arts movies I would watch instead.
Yeah, that is totally fair.
I think a version of this where they cast actual martial artists. I mean, obviously, some of the minor characters like Sub-Zero and Scorpion, I think, were actual martial artists. I think one of them was actually one of the stuntmen who kind of basically got promoted to be more of a featured character.
From Foot Soldier to Sub-Zero.
Yeah. But I would love to see a version of it with like people like Iko Uwais. I know I always bring him up, but like,
come on,
you know, some of the super impressive stuff. Or like, he doesn't even have to be in it. Just get him into choreo the fight scenes. That would be incredible.
Yeah, I agree. I think you really want to get like all the sort of the greatest hits of the fighters in this sort of thing, don't you? That's what it's sort of needs to be.
About. That's all it's about.
It should be like, it should be directed by Scott Waugh and sort of have all of the fight like Jackie Chan and Jet Li and Iko, get all of them in there.
Agreed, except for the director.
Yeah.
I did love the Liu Kang fight when he's fighting loads of people. I don't know why. It will never stop being funny to me that in a like one-man army versus actual army fight, they all just politely wait their turn. I love it.
That's always the case, yeah.
And I'm glad that this was no exception.
Yeah. You can't, I don't know why they just have to do it, I suppose. But I always look at the person that's just floating around in the background, like just like pretending to dodge or whatever, or like, oh, just tripped on a thing. That always takes me out of it. You're right.
There is one thing that I do want to talk about before we think about wrapping this show up. You started by bringing up the soundtrack. I want to come back to the soundtrack because I think I voted for Tomb Raider as having the worst soundtrack. Yeah, I changed my mind.
But Tomb Raider's got U2 on the soundtrack.
I don't care. This one was worse.
No way.
This one was worse. I had a headache while the credits rolled.
It's iconic.
And I mean the intro credits.
Do you not enjoy it at all? Not even ironically?
No. It gave me a headache.
I love it. I really liked it when I was a kid. I think it was one of those situations where I recorded the song off of the VHS through the sound system set up.
Oh, God.
So I listened to it a lot. And it's still in my rotation.
Still?
Yeah.
Because the whole time I was just like, this is a really bad day to have ears. I'm not enjoying this.
And eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm definitely in the minority though, because apparently the soundtrack to the movie went platinum in under 2 weeks.
Absolute banger. It was like a really huge record, really huge.
Back when movie soundtracks actually used to be a thing that people would buy, and I definitely don't have a bunch still in the loft.
Yeah, I think I've got the Armageddon soundtrack in the loft.
Oh, good grief!
Always skip
Fucking
track 3 though.
Aerosmith.
Yeah, Aerosmith.
Yeah. It's been so many people's first dance at their wedding. I was a bridesmaid at a wedding where that was their first dance.
Oh no. Did you walk out immediately? Did you leave?
I think I just slunk off to find more alcohol.
Did you?
Yeah, almost certainly.
Did you throw that in their face, the alcohol?
No.
And did you glass them?
I'm northern. I'm not that uncouth though.
A bottle of Newcastle brown ale. Just there you go.
I'm not enjoying these stereotypes. Probably would have been Lambrini anyway, but
I should have cast you in Mortal Kombat.
Just headbutting people left and right.
What's Sarah's finishing move? She hits him with a bottle of Lambrini.
I'd punch him in the nuts.
Yeah, well, you did Johnny Cage, wouldn't you?
I would be punching people in the nuts, left, right, and centre.
Can you do the splits?
Well, mostly centre.
The centre of the body is where the nut lives. Yeah.
the nut.
Yeah.
The singular nut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why that's not utilised more. It's a very obvious weakness.
I think not many people can do the splits. That's the problem.
You don't need to be able to do the splits to kick somebody in the bollocks.
Authentically, if you want to do it like Johnny Cage, you have to be able to do the splits. But you could just kick them, I suppose, with your leg like a normal person.
We'll just go for their eyes. Jab them in the eyes.
2 fingers in the eyes as well.
That's underused.
Yeah, I agree.
Bit of a Marx Brothers.
Yeah. Also should be a finishing move in Mortal Kombat. Finish him.
Bit of an anticlimax.
Yeah. I suppose that I know that you said that you had a bit of an issue with the magic and stuff, but I think
I didn't have an issue with it.
But you were. It's the characters' reactions to said magic.
Well, none of the characters' reactions to anything were appropriate.
Yeah. But what I was getting at is that I would have liked it maybe if they'd gone a bit crazier with some of the deaths. And I think that's because the PG-13 didn't allow for the human characters to be dying on screen, unfortunately. But obviously the game is all about, like I say, rip their spine out, or I'm going to turn into a dragon and bite their head off.
I would have been all over that.
Yeah. I mean, did you notice that Shang Tsung throughout the movie is going, finish him and fight him and all of that stuff. There's something in the game and he goes bestiality.
Well, I didn't catch that.
You have to animality.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say,
yeah.
Bestiality, that sounds like more like a film that'd be in my collection.
Yeah, it does. No, I don't know where my mind was there. But I would have liked to have seen it just go a bit further, I guess. But I'm sort of, I guess, reluctant because 1995 CGI is not the one, really.
No.
And I think from memory, they did lean into that stuff a little bit more in Annihilation, and that did not work at all.
Right.
Despite having James Remar as Lord Raiden in the second one.
Ajax.
Yeah. Ajax, yeah. Yeah, maybe it could have gone a bit crazier, but it was pretty low budget, and I think it worked for the most part. And I really like a lot of the humour. I think a lot of the dialogue is quite bad, but a lot of the humour, particularly between the central three, I think is quite good. I think Bridget Wilson gets sold completely short in this. She gets nothing, really. She gets that one fight, and I don't know if she just didn't have any training or whatever, but her fight's not very good either.
Well, I think one of the reasons
could have been just not choreographed properly or whatever. I don't know.
So I think one of the reasons was that while they all had training, I think she came onto the project a bit later than everybody else because they'd originally cast Cameron Diaz, but she broke her wrist during training and had to back out.
Right.
They had talked to Bridget Wilson in the early stages, but it was sort of decided that she was going to do a different project. But that one had ended by this time, so she came on quite late.
Oh, okay.
But she was insistent that she did almost all of her own stunts. So I wonder if that plays a part. Like she did some training, but it's never going to look as good as a martial artist, is it? So if the others maybe had actual martial artists maybe stepping in for like close-ups or whatever else, and she didn't, then that might be why it looked a little bit weaker.
And also, I think she didn't really get a really memorable fight scene because the half of the movie is spent trying to convince the audience that there's beef between Kano and Sonya Blade. Kano's just like, I'm going to eat my turkey leg. Oh, I need to. She hates me, and I hate her because I'm a big bad baddie from Croydon, not Australia. And does that for half a movie. So I guess by the point that they have a fight, you're meant to be like, oh, I've been waiting for this. But you're not, and it's just over quite quickly, and it's not very good.
Yeah.
And I think part of the problem is that that fight is kind of maybe one of the least interesting fights in the movie, whereas Cage gets to fight in hell, and then Liu Kang gets the climax fight and 2 or 3 other more interesting fights as well. So I feel like she was sold a bit short. And not to mention the fact that for the second time this season, we have a woman who gets breakfast clubbed and put in a dress at the end.
Yeah, and they give her sex hair.
Yeah. We've got to ruffle your hair a bit, and there's a dress that's given to you by a man. Shut up. We're going to tie you to this thing now. Shut up, Sonya Blade.
But my friends will come and save me.
Yeah.
Bitch, you met 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I would not assume that they gave a shit.
And also, I've seen you break a man's neck with your legs. I know that you can do stuff. So why are you a different character now?
Maybe it's when her hair's down, she's more vulnerable.
Yeah.
If she'd had the ponytail, then she would have felt like she could take them on.
It's like that. It's like Banana Man, but except when Eric eats bananas, if he'd have put his hair up, he'd have turned into Sonya Blade and be a badass and do a handstand and a neck grab flip over crunch time.
That's
what that movie's called.
Exactly what it's called.
Yeah,
how did you know?
Yeah. I'm a big time martial arts expert.
Clearly, it shows.
Yeah. A bit of trivia for you before we start thinking about ending this one, Sarah.
Go on.
Did you notice in the movie where we get introduced to Johnny Cage and he's shooting that movie, there's a director?
Oh, yes, I know this.
Who did he remind you of?
Steven Spielberg.
Of course. Big fan of the games, apparently, Steven Spielberg, if you can imagine.
But by that same token, a lot of directors do look like that.
Yeah. It's kind of a shorthand, isn't it? That look. If you have someone that looks like that.
The cap and the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a movie, you think, oh, that must be a director.
Yeah.
It's
or he's
weird.
here to find the massive shark that's been plaguing our small town.
What?
A what?
Yeah, so it looked like Steven Spielberg because it was meant to be Steven Spielberg. He was a big fan of the games and they wanted him to come in and do a cameo as director of this movie. But apparently scheduling conflicts, I don't know, he was doing some fucking bullshit like Jurassic Park or something, I don't know.
That came out in 93.
It did come out in 93, yeah.
What was he doing after that?
It was Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, and then The Lost World after that, maybe? Because I feel like he had a couple of years off after that. So he's probably in development of
fucking slacker.
Jurassic Park 2. Yeah. Come on, mate. Pull your finger out. I reckon he probably had his assistant read the script and they went, don't do this, Stephen.
He's busy. He's golfing with Sean Connery.
Yeah. And Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so he didn't do it. So they got in an actor called Sandy Helberg, who has actually played Steven Spielberg before.
No way.
In a TV show, in the TV show Sybil, which I sort of remember peripherally from my childhood.
Yeah.
But I never actually saw it. So yeah, that was an interesting one, I thought. So then, wrapping up then, where does Mortal Kombat fall for you in the hierarchy of video game movies in this season? Is it one of the worst? Is it one of the best? Is it about middle? Tricky season because these movies have not been of massive quality.
Well, we
a bit like our flop season.
Yeah, we kind of established pretty early on that there aren't that many good video game movies.
So when you get one that's okay, it kind of sits above the others.
Yeah. Resident Evil was nowhere near as good as I remembered. Borderlands was bottom of the barrel. I guess it's kind of sitting around the middle.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess it's maybe sitting alongside like an Until Dawn and a Need for Speed.
Yeah.
which I never thought I would say in a million years.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But it was all right.
Okay, well, it's done now. We got it out of the way. You happy that
Thank
it's done?
God. Honestly, it's been a fun experiment, but I'm not sad that this season's over now. I'm so happy to finally get to call time on this and then record the wrap show in the next few days so I can just purge all of this from my brain.
Yeah, we've got a couple of more days to think about it, as you say,
Mm-hmm.
before we can move on to the next season.
I've got to write you a quiz.
You got to write me a quiz.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that earlier.
Just in case you wanted a bit of a peek behind the curtain at what you might be missing in the wrap shows if you're not on our Patreon.
Yeah.
There's a quiz.
There's a quiz in the wrap show. We take it in turns to quiz each other.
Yeah. We do that for fun.
We do.
When we're not recording.
But yeah, so we need to do that before we move on to your season for season 13. Before we announce have you picked a film for the next season, for the first film? Good. I should have asked you that before we hit record, really. I wanted to throw out a couple of thanks to our patrons who support us over there. We've got a couple of tiers over there. Thank you to those guys. Some of them have been around from the beginning. That's really cool. Thank you very much. Patron Paul actually suggested this theme. So from the bottom of Sarah's heart, she thanks you deeply for that, Paul.
Look, I love Paul, but we've got beef now.
I also wanted to thank Chris and Joel at Just a Thing, who recently covered Resident Evil Afterlife and gave us a shout out. So thank you very much for that. And go and check out that show as well. Really good companion episode for our Resident Evil show. I'll put a link in the description if you want to head over there to Just a Thing. And as you say, next week will be our wrap show preview on the main feed and a full episode dropping on our £3 a month Patreon tier.
Woohoo!
Yes. So with all of that being said, Sarah, next season, season 13, what antidote are you providing for us for your choice of theme?
You're going to hate me.
Okay, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
It's not really the antidote. I think mine is the poison. I think your seasons might be the antidote.
My seasons are the antidotes, you're right, yeah. Okay, let me rephrase the question. Okay. How much incest is in next season?
Some.
No doubt.
In the first episode.
I am not at all surprised. That was not a joke.
Yeah, no, I hadn't even considered that until you just asked me. But literally in episode 1.
Oh no!
Wow. So the theme I think has been a long time coming. If anybody knows me, they know that I'm big on true crime. So that's my theme, and we're starting off with the Australian movie Snowtown.
Interesting.
Also called the Snowtown Murders in some parts of the world.
Okay. Not the Snowman.
No, not the Fassbender movie.
No. Oh, I was thinking about the one where the snowman melted and they went for a fly or something. If they were flying in the air. You know.
Oh, the Raymond Briggs thing.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
The kid.
Yeah.
The kid's like, yeah, there's a fucking carrot. Put that on your nose.
Yeah, it's not that.
No.
Wow, it's so far from that.
What would you do if I watched that?
We would have a very awkward conversation.
Yeah, we'd be talking about different movies.
Yeah.
It's a fun experiment. Could be. Yeah, but anyway, I will watch the proper movie, I assure you. But season 13, True Crime, November the 24th, that's when we're back for that. So we'll see you on Patreon, or we'll see you in the next one on November 24th.